Hello YouTube friends, this is Fossilsaurus. I'm coming at you with a little box of much smaller pieces. This box just to keep them all together. Of a very cool, one of my very favorite animals, diplocaulus. Little boomerang head salamander. I've mentioned them in a video before. I don't remember what context, but they've definitely come up in my videos before. Oh, at least they came up when I was doing an unboxing, and that's where most of these little ones came from, is from that unboxing. And as I say in the couple unboxings I've done, they're group unboxings, and I like to just unbox them at first and briefly go into them just a little bit, but then actually do the video about them later on. That it gives me a chance to go over everything, make sure that I'm not off on anything, or that I remember, to make sure that my knowledge is up to date, and make sure that there's nothing that, I'm not an expert, so there's definitely some of these animals that there's information I just don't know off the top of my head. That's not as common as just wanting to kind of touch up and make sure that I'm not giving some incorrect information, etc. So a lot of these are actually vertebrae, which I'm not going to take out. If you can see that hole, that round part, that is the center part, and you can see what are the processes sticking out of the side. The neural arches, long gone on little things like this. Now, I'm going to try and center things as much as I can, but unfortunately, my view, because of the phone holder I have, my actual view is from like right here to here. Well, right here to the end. That's my vision. So I can't see anything between here and here. I have no vision of between that area. So I just have to guess how well I'm doing it when I'm holding in the middle. So it's just like a natural reaction for me to be holding things over here. But I'm gonna do my best. When I'm trying to show something up close, I am gonna have it over here because I need to see and point out. But I will try and do things like at least point out and then pull them back over here. So there are a number of vertebrae that I have of these guys. Different kinds. That I believe is a tail vertebrae. And again, you can see kind of the circly area there. Here you can see the circly area there. And that is the dead giveaway. The circular areas. That's a dead giveaway for being vertebrae. Now that's not 100%. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what else would have circular areas like that, except for some long bones. If they're broken off, you can get some circular like hole areas like that. This, I'm not exactly sure what this is. I believe this is part of an arm bone, but I'm not exactly sure really. There's a blank one here. I don't know what's been sitting there for. Now these are fingers, finger bones, phalanges. Now you can tell from, like, keep this in mind. I'm gonna keep it in view here, and you'll see that, like, if that's an arm bone, and these are leg bones, I believe, all leg bones up here. There might be some arm bones, but they're all very similar sized, and they seem like they would be too small for something's fingers to be this big. These are not from the same animal. I mean, they're the same type of animal, but not the same individual being. So sizes are not going to necessarily match up. Like this claw here may be way too big for the fingers here, kind of situation. So don't look at them as being like comparable as far as the size, the animal size. Now this very clearly is a fraction of the jawbone with 4 beautiful teeth. I have a few of those. Beautiful teeth sticking out. Now the teeth on their own are things that you would not find. You would have to sift through to a unimaginable degree. This one looks like it's upside down, so let me try and flip it so you can see better. To an unbelievable degree in order to find like individual teeth like that, which some people do. Some people are able to do, but most people are not going to be doing things like that. That's just too much. See, these are just, I mean, jaw fragments, beautiful jaw fragments with beautiful teeth in them. Now here is a claw. Now this one does not display the standard ID, diplocaulus ID, and that might be because the tip is too perfect on this. The ID feature might be something where the very, very tip has to have worn off a little bit. And I have a claw in here which does have that. Here, these are 5, I believe, all leg bones. As you can see, and if you look it up, you can see leg bones definitely have different looking bones within them. Like one leg is, I mean, it could have, like, see how different this bone is from that bone and from that bone. They could all still be leg bones. These are not from the same animal, of course, so if you try and look at them, like compare them directly, it's going to throw you off some, because like those two might not fit together, and that's because they don't fit together. So they're just a batch of 5 different bones that I got as a set. Leg bones, and there might be arm bones in there. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so I can't definitively tell you that those are leg as opposed to arm bones, but they're definitely one of the other. Same with that right there. Now, when we open these, we're going to get, I'm going to try and be careful because I know I have lost one of the claws. This is a vertebrae. It's filled in, but you can see the circle. Vertebrae from different parts of the animal look very different, and I believe this is a tail vertebrae. I believe that it's the tail vertebrae that get very long. There's another vertebrae here. Here's a beautiful, very big vertebrae. Probably the biggest vertebrae I have from them. I'm not an expert enough to tell you where on the body the vertebrae are, except for something so unique as this one. Like I said, I believe that is from the tail. Now I have 3 skull segments here, and this is not strictly diplocaulus. This is pretty much any amphibian of the area, of the era. I don't know if it's all of them. It might just be a group or their family or something, but it is a not uncommon feature of the amphibians of the time to have these like hole-riddled, pockmarked very rough surfaced textures. That is the normal. And I believe diplocaulus, for instance, I believe that all of the skull is going to be like this. There might be individuals that have much less, and in those individuals there might be areas that are kind of smooth. So I mean, you always have to take individuality into question. But for the most part, at least, these guys have this very pitted surface for their skull. Nowhere else on the body, just the skull. And it is, as I said, it's a feature that transcends onto other amphibians, at least. Now here, this is going to be difficult to see. This is a claw. And let me see if I'm having a hard time holding my hand steady, but if you can see, which is very hard because even in real life I can hardly see it, but the tip is not a rounded tip. It is a square or X kind of tip, which is a dead giveaway for being diplocaulus. That is a strictly diplocaulus thing as far as known by science. I really hope I can convey that on this video because it's very unique and it's very cool, and I really want you guys to see it. It's a very small thing, so I think maybe right there you can see it a little bit, or at least you can see two of the corners. So I hope you guys can see that. That is, like I said, a strictly diplocaulus, as far as we know, a strictly diplocaulus feature. These guys are very cool animals. They're Permian animals, which may have survived the mass extinction. I believe this is the kind of thing that I was talking about where I should have looked up, and I would want to look up in between unboxing and doing the informative part of the video. I don't remember whether it's between the Permian and Carboniferous or the Permian and Devonian, but there are at least theories that these guys made it through one of the extinctions from the Permian into one of the others, either to the previous or to the latter, which is very cool because you've got to be a really tough animal to be able to do that. A lot of animals that were able to do that were shoreline animals like amphibians and crocodilians and things that were very just very successful animals that are kind of open to different, I guess, at least two different habitats and habitat in between. It makes them much less vulnerable than animals that rely on just one thing or just land, or I mean, because they will rely then on just food from land. And a lot of shore animals will or are very good at burrowing, so that is definitely a big help. So these guys, really great guys, very tough, very cute. I think I would love to have little pet diplocaulus. One weird thing about them is people don't know if some people think they had skin flaps that went from like the tail up to the arm, which I think makes them look silly. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I think they look like modern salamanders with just a boomerang head, not like some weird like huge-headed tadpole or something like that. I'll show you pictures, you'll see. So I'm just against that, and that's a big I don't think it's a huge debate on that, but it's something significant enough where there is argument about it. So thank you so much. I think I might have more diplocaulus stuff, but nothing. It would just be the same kind of thing, so not really. Wouldn't really warrant another video on it. So unless I happen to come across a ton more stuff, which I very much doubt it, a ton more unique stuff. So thank you for checking this video out. I really appreciate it. Please give me some likes, some subscriptions. I'm still having issues that kind of keep me from doing these as much as I was before. But I am coming back. I'm going to continue, so don't worry. Even if it's like 2 weeks in between, don't worry, I will be back. But the likes would really be appreciated, because, as I have said before, it lets me know whether you guys really like this or not, and whether I should continue doing this or not, because there's more to it. I mean, I try and keep it very like on the fly and not have a script or anything. I do write down like information, but like that I go by, but I don't write it down into an actual script. I just write the information down and kind of check it off kind of situation. So it is some work, and especially these days when I'm having other troubles, it can be kind of difficult, which is why it can take a week or more in between. So please leave some likes. Let me know if you actually do like the videos. That will help out and help me figure out whether the videos are liked enough for me to continue. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys watching, appreciate the attention, and I hope to see you guys at my next video whenever it is. I hope it won't be too long. I'll do my best. So thank you very much.